Welcome everybody to the 2021 Branston Virtual Variety Field Walk. I'm Martin Stothard, I'm the technical lead for seed at Branston, and we're here today at the small plot demo site in Lincolnshire. This demo site is located around 2 miles away from our main factory at Branston, and we're here in a commercial crop of Mozart which is grown by Patrick Dean Limited. This field was ploughed in the spring, and as you can probably see, it's a very light soil. It's a light sandy loam over limestone. It's well irrigated throughout the season. It's had 9 passes, so approximately 5 inches of water, 130 mil throughout the season for the scab control and bulking. In terms of nutrition, it had 160 kilos of nitrogen to the hectare, 135 kilos of P and 270 kilos of K in the seedbed.
Hello, I'm Rebecca Blumfield. I'm the Variety Development Manager for Branston. We're here today in this field which has some of our Demo Year 1, Demo Year 2 and semi-commercial varieties. The field was planted on the 14th of April and it was desiccated on the 24th of August. So let's go take a look at some varieties. This is Sherman. It's a Plantera variety which is exclusive to Branston and is approved to pack into finest whites. It's been in our trials since 2016 and we're growing this semi-commercially this year. There's a small amount of seed in the UK. It's performed consistently well. We've panelled this internally and externally and it's always done well, and it has a nice skin finish.
In terms of field agronomics, this variety has proved really useful. It's yielding over 60 tonnes to the hectare in these plots and over 60% bakers. In terms of drought resistance, very good. Low to moderate dry matter, so the damage and bruising resistance is quite high. And for any growers in Scotland or for seed growers, powdery scab resistance is high up there at an 8 as well.
This is Vincenta, which is another Plantera variety. This one's destined for Tesco core white packs and has been with us in our trials for about 5 years. It's got good consistent tuber sizes and we'll be sending this away for external taste panels this year.
Okay, so whilst this variety hasn't performed quite as well in terms of overall yield and baker percentage as the other varieties, it still has yielded over 40 tonnes to the hectare and nearly 40% bakers, which is quite respectable. In terms of its key agronomic attributes, it's got very high natural sprang resistance, so for growing on sandy soils you should be able to get away without any internal defects. It's got naturally high common scab resistance and it's also got PVY resistance, so very useful for anybody multiplying seed up.
This is Marvel, another of our semi-commercial varieties. It comes from Caledonian potatoes and it's been in our trials since around 2018. It has very good baker content and has performed consistently well against controls in taste panels.
So this variety has yielded pretty well again, so not the highest, but it's achieved over 50 tonnes to the hectare and approximately 50% bakers, which is good. In terms of key attributes, agronomic attributes, it's got some useful PCN resistance to both Pallida and Rostockiensis. It's got natural resistance to potato virus Y, PVY, and also good resistance which is useful for late-term storage varieties and dry rot, fusarium and stuff.
This is an IPM variety, Comando. It's commercially available already and it's in our trials semi-commercially in Scotland this year. It's been in the trials around 3 years and we'll be sending this away for external taste panels. We're hoping it's a possible culture replacement.
This is a really exciting variety, this one. I'm really pleased with it. It's yielded well over 60 tonnes to the hectare in these trials and over 60% bakers, which is just fantastic. It's got some really key attributes, agronomic attributes, notably low nitrogen requirement, which is always useful. Low susceptibility to damage and bruising, driven partly by its low to medium dry matter. It's very drought tolerant as well. It's got fairly good scab resistance too, and one of its key selling points is its sprang resistance, so if you're growing on light sandy land, and the risk of internals is much reduced.
Zen is a semi-commercial salad. It's from Some Agri and we'd be looking to pack this into our core baby packs. It's got really nice oval shape and a good skin finish.
This variety has achieved fairly moderate tuber numbers per metre squared, to be fair. It's only had around 45 to 50 per metre squared, but the average tuber size is quite high. Still achieved a reasonable yield though of over 30 tonnes to the hectare. So it's got full resistance to PCN Rostockiensis and partial resistance to Pallida. It's got good blight tolerance, good scab resistance as well, and it's also got good resistance to PVA, PVY and potato leaf roll virus. It's also got long dormancy as well, so for anybody looking to store this variety, that's a useful attribute to have.
This is Bellanita. This one's an Agrico variety which is exclusive to Branston, and we do grow this commercially. This variety goes into the Tesco finest salad packs. It has a really nice skin finish, pale yellow, and a nice creamy yellow flesh.
This variety hasn't thrown masses of tubers, but it's achieved a reasonable yield of just over 30 tonnes to the hectare. It's got full resistance to Rostockiensis, PCN, but nothing on Pallida. It's got resistance to potato virus Y, and also it's got some really useful resistance for against dry rot, fusarium in store.
Glorietta is another Branston exclusive variety, this time from Europlant. Unfortunately there's no seed available this year, but this packs into the Tesco finest salads and has a great skin finish and a nice yellow flesh.
So another variety which hasn't thrown masses of tuber numbers in this trial plot, however it's still yielded reasonably well. It's got good PCN Rostockiensis resistance, but nothing on Pallida unfortunately. High resistance to sprang, so growing on light soils it gives you that kind of assurance that you're not going to get internal defects. Common scab resistance is really good, and also for anybody looking to store this variety, it's got really long dormancy as well.
Lucera is a Plantera variety. We're the agents for this one. This goes into Tesco salad packs, core salad, and tastes really good, consistently performs well in panels, and is grown commercially.
Okay, it's a really promising variety of ours. It's got the potential for high tuber numbers and exceptionally high yields. It's got good sprang resistance ratings for anybody growing on light soils, good common scab resistance too, again for light soils. It's got good resistance to PVY too, and it's got an exceptionally long dormancy rating for anybody looking to store it long term.
This is Jacky. It's an Agrico variety that we're growing semi-commercially in our trials this year. We do pack this into Tesco salad packs, and it has an oval to round shape with a nice skin finish.
So this is a variety we're really interested in. It's got the potential to throw huge tuber numbers and achieve a big yield. It's got resistance to PCN Rostockiensis, nothing for Pallida. Scores really high on blight, 9 on the 1 to 9 scale, foliar blight. And it's also got some useful resistance to potato virus Y NTN2 on the tubers.
Annalisa is a Branston exclusive variety from Agri. This is approved to pack into finest salads, and we're growing this semi-commercially this year. It's got appearance-wise a really good bright skin finish, nice and smooth, nice yellow flesh, and it performs consistently well in taste panels against all controls.
In terms of drought tolerance, it scores really well, which is useful if growing on sandy lands. Foliar blight resistance is quite high. It scores about 7 on a 1 to 9 scale. Common scab resistance is quite high again, scores 7 on the scale of 1 to 9. It also got some moderate resistance to potato virus Y.
Thanks for joining us on this virtual field tour. We hope you enjoyed it. If you've any questions about any of the varieties, please don't hesitate to contact our agronomy team or our variety development team.